This pilot was truly bold. He actually opened a bottle of champagne while flying the plane. He drank it all in one go before he even began checking the surrounding terrain. Then he realized he had veered off course. He quickly pulled out his map to correct his route, but the high-altitude wind was too strong and blew the map straight into his face. With his vision blocked, the plane lost control and began diving toward a cliff. Fortunately, he managed to pull the control stick in time and avoided disaster. To celebrate, he pulled out a second bottle of champagne. After 2 bottles of alcohol, the pilot was completely drunk. In a daze, he accidentally flew straight into enemy territory. When the enemy commander saw the unfamiliar aircraft land, he was stunned and immediately ordered his soldiers to aim their guns. Just then, the pilot jumped out of the plane. As soon as he saw several guns pointed at him, his drunkenness vanished. To save his life, he quickly claimed he was defecting and that he had brought advanced aircraft blueprints with him. His words were so confident that the enemy commander had no doubts. He even ordered his men to bring out a bottle of fine wine to welcome him. But unexpectedly, after drinking, the pilot began negotiating terms. He asked for $3 million in exchange for the blueprints. In truth, this was all part of his plan. Once the commander agreed, he said the blueprints were still in the cockpit and asked to retrieve them. Everything went smoothly. Thanks to the earlier conversation, no one suspected anything. He re-entered the plane without question. Then, he quietly started the engine, slammed the throttle, and sped away from the airfield. By the time the enemy realized what had happened, it was too late. They could only watch as he flew off into the sky. Soon, he was back on his original flight path. He just had to cross the ocean to return to base. But then he received a new order from his superiors: intercept an incoming enemy force. He circled the skies, waiting for a target. As he flew, something in the water caught his attention. It looked like a huge object hidden beneath the sea. Above it, a woman was swimming. She had no idea what danger was below her. Suddenly, the giant object began to rise. The woman rose with it. It was a Japanese submarine. Within moments, the hatch opened and Japanese soldiers rushed onto the deck. The woman had no time to escape, but luckily, the soldiers did not see her. Seconds later, under the commander's orders, the soldiers aimed the anti-aircraft gun toward a position on the shore. But the distance was nearly 2 kilometers, far too far to fire accurately. They needed to move 1 kilometer closer. The soldiers prepared to re-enter the submarine and approach the target. But just as the last soldier was climbing back in, he caught something in his peripheral vision. He looked up and saw the woman hanging from a pole. Now the question remains, how will the woman escape?